Yeah, you have two topics from this chapter to learn. One is balance of payments, another one is foreign exchange rate. Okay. Uh, so here in this chapter also few things are deleted. It is about the deficit meaning that we will discuss when it comes to when it comes that topic comes. Okay. So this chapter is about balance of payment. You might have heard about balance of payment. It is mainly in relation with the foreign trade or whatever transactions happens between our country and the other countries. Those things come under the balance of payment. Now, when we talk about balance of payment, it is a statement of accounts which shows all the monetary transactions or economic transactions of a country with other countries or with the rest of the world during a period of time. Usually that is a year. That is generally 1 year. So balance of payments, it is a statement of account. Some are from commerce group, so you may be knowing what is a statement of accounts, which shows that all monetary transactions, it is also known as economic transactions of a country with the rest of the world for a period of time, usually that is 1 year. It is an accounting statement that provides all the systematic records of economic transactions between the residents of a country and the rest of the world. When we talk about residents of a country, we can say the normal whoever is residing in the country or firms or government. These three categories comes under the category of residents of a country when we talk about residents of a country. So it can be put it in another word also. It is a statement of accounts showing all the economic transactions between the residents of a country with the rest of the world in a given period of time. Usually that is, I told that, in 1 year. So whatever financial transactions or economic transactions are happening between the countries, that is stated as a statement or that is recorded as a statement, that we call it as balance of payment. Now, balance of payments, it is a statement of countries' sources. At the same time, uses of a foreign exchange. When we say sources, that includes all the inflows of foreign exchange. Inflows of foreign exchange means what are the sources of foreign exchange, from where and all we are getting foreign exchange. All those things will be recorded in the balance of payment. Okay. And all uses, when we say we are using the foreign exchange, that shows that we are spending it, that we are giving to someone else. So all those things comes under outflows of the foreign exchange. Okay. So with respect to the other countries or rest of the world. So here it is a statement which includes or which shows that countries' sources in the sense inflows, from where and all we are getting the foreign exchange. That is one. Another one, it shows the uses also. That means from in which all areas we are using the foreign exchange, that is going from our country to other parts of the world. That is outflows of the foreign exchange. So balance of payment shows sources and the uses of foreign exchange. Sources means inflows, uses means outflows here. Now next one, what all will come under the sources? Sources or supply of foreign exchange. We are getting the foreign exchange, or which causes the inflow of foreign exchange to our country. From which all areas we are getting the foreign exchange. That is, from export we can get foreign exchange. Transfers from abroad. Sometimes foreign countries, they gift transfers to other countries, maybe gift or grants like that. It will be given to our country. Incomes from investment abroad. Income from investment abroad in the sense our country might have invested money in starting some company or anything like that abroad. From there, you will be getting income. So that will come as a part of source. Foreign investments, whatever investment whatever foreign countries are investing in our country, through that way also we will be able to earn foreign exchange. When any foreign company is investing in our country, that is also a source of foreign exchange. They are spending money or they are giving money in our country. Borrowings from abroad. When we take loan from other countries or from international organization, that all will come under the source of foreign exchange. It's all receipts. We are receiving money. So sources or supply of foreign exchange includes earnings or inflow of foreign exchange. Through what all ways we are getting foreign exchange? It is through exports, transfers from abroad, income from investment abroad. When we invest something, you are going to receive income, maybe profit or many other ways, so you are going to get income. Foreign investment, when foreign countries or foreign companies are investing in our country, we are receiving money. Borrowings from abroad, all these things comes under the as a part of source of foreign exchange. Next one, uses of foreign exchange or demand for foreign exchange. For what all purpose we are using the foreign exchange, that is causing outflow of foreign exchange. For example, imports. When we import, we have to give the foreign exchange. When we are giving transfers to abroad, when we are supporting someone outside our country or other countries, we are giving or spending our foreign exchange. Income paid on foreign investment. I told that foreign investment, foreign companies may invest in our country. At the same time, the income, whatever they are producing in our country, it will go to them. So we are spending the foreign exchange. Another one, investment abroad. When our country invests in other areas outside our country, we are spending foreign exchange or we are spending the foreign currency. Lending abroad. When we give loans to other countries, that also causing outflow of foreign exchange. So there are two sides you can see for foreign exchange. That is one, sources, another one is uses. Sources causes inflow, uses causes outflow of foreign exchange. Femina? Femina, what are the sources of foreign exchange? What are the sources of foreign exchange? From where we can earn foreign exchange? What are the sources? Yes. Femina?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, tell. What are the sources of foreign exchange?
Ma'am, causing inflow foreign exchange.
Yeah, it causes inflow. That means we are getting foreign exchange. Through what all ways?
Transfers from abroad.
Hmm.
Income from investment abroad.
Hmm.
Foreign investment.
Hmm.
Borrowing from abroad.
Hmm. One more, exports. Through exports also we will be able to earn foreign exchange. Okay. Tomlin, can you tell what are the uses of foreign exchange? It results in?
Ma'am,
It results in outflow of foreign exchange. Okay. In what all ways?
Ma'am,
Imports. Then
transfer to abroad.
transfers from abroad, then transfers to abroad, then
Incomes paid on foreign investment.
incomes paid on foreign investment, then
Lending abroad.
lending abroad, investments abroad, all these things will come under uses of foreign exchange. Now, here, if inflow is more than outflow, if income is more than spending, inflow means we are getting more foreign exchange. If it is more than outflow, then we can say it is a surplus balance of payments. If inflow is less than outflow, then it is a deficit. Then it is deficit balance of payments. If it is equal, if inflow is equal to outflow, then it is what kind of balance of payments it will be? Yes. If it is same, inflow is equal to outflow, how will be the balance of payments? Karthik?
It will be equal.
It will be balanced. Okay. So there are three kinds: deficit, surplus, and balance here. Now, what do you mean by economic transactions? Okay. Economic transactions, we have 4 items in that, 4 divisions you can see. That is, first one is visible items. When we talk about visible items, that is related to goods. Okay, import and exports of goods. Why do we call it as visible items? Because it can be seen or touched. We can say all those items which comes under this, we call it as visible items. Invisible items, when we say, that is mainly services. Services will come in that, import and export of services. All those or factor service will come in that. This will belong to invisible items. Unilateral transfers. What do you mean by transfers? Karthik, can you say what is transfer? Example?
I'm transferring funds from one account to another.
One account to another, but there are some examples for transfer. In our country, also government, they are involved in transfers. Can you say one example what our government does as transfers? Pensions, old age schemes, and all those things. Okay, now what is the speciality of this transfer? Now that is in our country. When I tell about transfers from one country to another, what it can be? Any example can you think of? Transfers. Or what is the speciality of this transfer? Grishma,
Yes, ma'am.
what do you mean by transfers between countries? Can you think of how it will be?
Economic aid.
Economic aid. Okay, help. Help is given by from one country to another, that comes under transfers. Okay, what is the speciality of that aid or help when we give? What is the feature of it? Is it like borrowing or lending? Is it like that? Or what difference you can see between this? Anila, can you say? You are giving a help. You are giving borrowing. What difference is there in this? You're giving loans. Or one situation you are giving loans, another situation you are giving aid. Is there any difference?
You'll get paid.
You get paid what? Loans.
You interest.
I mean, okay, you get interest. Only interest you get?
No, the amount of
You have to get the amount also, right? So in the future, it should be paid back. What about the help? What you're giving? Is it paid back? Or are they going to pay it back?
No.
No. Okay. So one difference, what you can see between the borrowing or transfers, or when we call it as unilateral transfers, it is happening only it is one-sided. You are giving it and don't expect that to return it back. That is why it is one-sided transfer it is. Okay, that is called as unilateral transfers. So maybe the help what you're giving, or another one work, maybe it's not only help, you know that sometimes so there will be some natural calamity or anything happens in other country. For example, if you might have heard that our government has given some help to other countries, maybe to Nepal or something like that. Their landslide is there. Because of that reason, the government has given some aid to them. So can we expect that they will pay it back to us? Can we expect it that they should return this to us? Can we expect or not? When we are giving a help. Aparna?
No, ma'am.
No, so it will not be, it is not returned, or it will not be paid in the future afterwards. Okay, once you give the transfers, once if you have done, that is unilateral. It is one-sided. You are giving to the help, you are giving to the other countries, or you are giving some aid to other countries, that shows that you are giving it for their benefit and it will not be returned. So that kind of payments, we call it as unilateral transactions. And the last one is capital transaction. That includes all the capital receipts, whatever we are receiving in our country. Okay, so once more, visible items means all those physical goods which are exported and imported. Why do we call it as visible items? Because it can be seen or touched and measured. Because of this reason, we call it as visible items. So visible items includes all those physical goods. It's not only exported, we are taking both the factors here, imports and exports, which can be seen, touched and measured here. Next one, invisible items. Invisible items, I told you, all type of services. Whatever services we are providing to other countries, those will come under invisible services. Okay, this is speciality is that which cannot be seen or touched or measured, but we can feel it. We can feel the service. Here, two types of services are there. One is the factor services, whatever we are providing. Factor services, what do you mean by factor services? Factor income from abroad. What do you mean by that? Aishwarya? Factor income
received
income received
from the
from
Indian people who work in other countries.
who work in other countries. Okay. Other than factor incomes also, there are some services which we provide to other countries. For example, it can be shipping, it can be banking, it can be insurance and all. So these services also are provided to other countries. Those services also will come in the category of invisible items. Okay. So here, visible items, invisible items. Next one, unilateral transfers. This I told you, it is a one-way transaction. It can be gift, it can be grants, it can be aid, which does not involve the repayment in the present or future. So when we give this grant, or when we help others, or when we give some gifts to others, it doesn't involve payment in the future. They are not going to return this. These comes under transfers. It is unilateral or it is one-sided transfer. Next one, it is about capital transfer. Now, this includes the capital receipts. Now, there are various ways through which we receive money from abroad. One, it can be the purchase, or sometimes we sell our assets. It can be that way also. The money transaction, economic transactions will happen. Okay, so either it can be through purchase or through sale of asset, or sometimes you can see borrowing or lending. So receipts, capital receipts are there, or we are receiving or we are giving money. There are two ways through which you can see the involvement of money in this capital transfer. It can be borrowing or it can be lending. You know that when we discussed about the situation in 1991, okay, where we were not able to pay the foreign exchange during that time, and we took a loan from which institution we got the loan? IMF. From there we got the loan. How much it was? It was a huge amount, right? How much it was?
7 billion.
7 billion. So we were not having money. So that is also a way through which we are getting foreign exchange. At the same time, sometimes you might have heard that our country is giving loans to our neighboring countries or other countries. Especially you might have heard about Nepal, Bhutan. To these countries, India is giving loans. That is for their benefit. Okay, but that will be returned. At the same time, another method through which we can get the receipts or we can get the money, that is sale of assets. When we sell our assets or when we purchase our assets, that involves economic transactions. So these 4 points or these 4 items are included in the balance of payments. What are those 4 items? Elvina?
Visible items, invisible items, unilateral transfers, and capital receipts.
Transfers, capital transfers. Okay. Sneha, can you tell what do you mean by visible item?
Visible items are goods that can be seen or touched, that are imported and exported.
Imported and exported. It involves imports and exports. Now, Ashish, can you tell what do you mean by invisible items?
It means all types of services that can be seen.
That can be seen?
Cannot be seen.
That cannot be seen. Okay. What do you mean by unilateral transfers? Grishma? What do you mean by unilateral transfers?
One-way transactions which does not involve the repayment.
Just once more.
One-way transactions which do not involve repayment.
One-way transactions which does not involve repayment in the future. Aishwarya, can you tell some examples for that?
Aids which are given to support other countries by one country.
Okay, Karthik, what do you mean by capital transfers?
Sale or purchase of assets and borrowing or lending.
Borrowing or lending, or it includes the capital receipts here. Now, next is about structure of balance of payments account. It has 2 sides, credit side and debit side. You might have studied in those who are studying accounts, you might have studied that the statement of accounts, it has 2 sides, credit and debit side. So balance of payments also, it has 2 sides. Which are they? Anila?
Credit and debit.
Credit and debit. Now, credit side records all the inflows or sources of foreign exchange. Okay. So credit side, if you see, there we are recording all the inflows from which all sources we are receiving the foreign exchange. All those will be recorded on the credit side. And debit side, you can see It records all the outflows, how we are using our foreign exchange, where and all, in which areas we are spending the foreign exchange. All those things will be recorded on the debit side. So two areas, two sides it has. One, it records inflows or sources of foreign exchange that will be recorded on the credit side. The debit side, we will be recording the outflows or the uses of foreign exchange, how we are spending the foreign exchange, in what all ways we are using the foreign exchange. All those things will be recorded on the debit side. Now, two accounts we have in the balance of payment. One is current account, another one is capital account. Okay, two sides. This one is two accounts. Sides, credit and debit. Two accounts we have, that is current account and the capital account. Aditya, can you tell what are the two sides of BOP account or balance of payments account?
Credit and debit side.
Credit and debit, what all it records?
Credit side, it records all the inflows.
Hmm.
And debit side, it records all the outflows.
Outflows, okay. Tomlin, can you tell what all will come under inflows? Inflow, what all will come under inflows? Tomlin, how are we getting the foreign exchange, or what are the sources of foreign exchange? Tomlin, do you know?
Exports.
Exports, okay.
Incomes from investment abroad.
Investment abroad, okay.
Transfers from abroad.
Transfers from abroad, okay.
Foreign investments.
Foreign investment, then
Borrowings from abroad.
borrowings from foreign countries, okay. Amal, can you tell what are the outflows? How are we using the foreign exchange, or how are we spending the foreign exchange? Amal, do you know? Amal,
I'm like lending abroad.
lending, okay.
Income paid for investment.
Income for the, I mean, income paid for, okay, foreign, we are investing on in other countries, okay. Then when we bring
So,
something to our country, are we using or are we getting? When we bring some goods from other country to our country, what do you call for it?
Imports.
Import. So import, are we using the foreign exchange, or is it a source of foreign exchange?
We are using.
We are using. So imports will come under which side? Uses or source?
Use.
Okay, uses. Okay, so these are the some examples you can see related to inflows and outflows. Next one, these are the two divisions, or these are the two types of account. Balance of payment, it has two accounts. One is capital account, another one is current account. Now, what do you mean by current account? What do you mean by capital account? Okay, just understand this carefully. All inflows and outflows of foreign exchange. So inflows and outflows, both it comes, sources and uses of foreign exchange. From where, which all factors we are using and spending, that is what is given. From foreign trade, when we say foreign trade, what will come in that? Import and export. From transfers, it can be from two also. From our country, it can be given. Other countries, it can come to our country. That both will be included. And the factor incomes. Factor income in the sense, if people from our country, sometimes people, they go abroad and work and they get paid. Same time, other country people, I mean foreign citizens may come to our country and they work here, they get paid. So all those factor incomes will come in this current account, but speciality is that it doesn't affect the assets and liabilities of the economy. It doesn't have any effect on the assets and liabilities of the economy. That is what very important. It includes inflows and outflows of foreign exchange. From where and all we are giving this, we are getting this inflows and going out this outflows. It is from foreign trade, from transfers, from factor incomes, but it does not affect, it doesn't have any effect on foreign exchange or any effect on foreign exchange asset or liabilities. All those things will come under the category of current account. Okay. Next one, capital account. Capital accounts, what all things will come? That also includes inflows and outflows arising from where it is coming. That is mainly from the receipts, capital receipts. At the same time, it will change the foreign exchange assets and the liabilities of the economy with the respect to the world. It affects the foreign exchange asset and the liabilities here. Okay, so here once more, current account, it doesn't, or it will not affect the foreign exchange and liability, foreign exchange asset and liabilities. Capital account, it will affect the foreign exchange assets and the liabilities of the economy with the rest of the world. So there is when I will show you the things, whatever factors are included in the current account and capital account, it will be more clear to you. Capital account, you can see they will record all the investments related. So you can see that in the current account, the investments are not included. Investment from abroad, investment to abroad, investment in other countries, all these are shown in the current account, but that comes in the capital account. So when we invest in other country, or when other countries are investing in our country, that will affect the foreign exchange assets and liabilities. Those things comes under the capital account. So two accounts we have, current account and capital account. What are those current account and capital account? Sneha, can you tell what do you mean by current account?
Current account are the records of all inflows and outflows,
Which comes from?
Which arises from the foreign trade, factor incomes and transfers.
But what is the speciality? It doesn't affect?
Foreign exchange and assets and liabilities of
foreign exchange and assets, foreign exchange assets and liabilities of the economy with the rest of the world. Capital account, Karthik, can you tell? What do you mean by capital account?
Yes, ma'am. Capital account records all inflows and outflows of foreign exchange arising from changes in foreign exchange assets and liabilities of the economy with respect to rest of the world.
So here one difference you can note between current account and capital account. What is that difference? Aparna?
Ma'am, in current account, it does not affect the foreign exchange of assets and liabilities, but in capital account, it would be affected.
It will be affected. Okay. Now the remaining features I will take in the next class. Components I will take in the next class. Let me take that attendance. Then related to your seminar, if anything, any doubt if you have, please ask me through the phone. There is nothing, because some are asking, some are just keeping quiet. Shubham, I didn't get an answer from you regarding the project. Okay, I hope it is getting ready. Shall I think it like that way? Shubham?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So by September 5th, I told it should be ready. Content, it should be ready. Okay. Okay then. Bye everyone. Thank you.